Hi, Sabrina here with another tutorial for you, and we're going to be using these yarns to make the tutorial for the Dora beanie. I'm going to be using black yarn, buff, coffee, cherry red, and white yarn, all from Red Heart yarn. And we're going to be using a 5.5 millimeter hook, which is an eye hook. We're going to be needing scissors. We're going to be needing a tempest needle to sew in our ends, and crochet markers. Okay, so let's get started on this beanie. We're going to start by using the buff yarn. I'm going to move everything out of my way so I can get a better view of everything. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a basic beanie, like in all my other tutorials, with the single crochet. And this is going to be for a toddler, so I need to wrap this yarn around, put it over my fingers, and make a slip knot. Release it off my hook, and there's my slip knot. You want to chain up 3. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to join with our first chain, wrap the yarn around, pull through both loops, and chain up 1. Now in our center of our beanie, our circle I mean, we are going to single crochet in there 12 times. So counting this one as our first one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. We are going to join with our first single crochet with a single crochet. And now what we're going to do is take our marker and mark that stitch so we always know where our beginning point is at. In that same stitch we're going to put another single crochet. We're going to move to the next stitch and put 2 single crochets. 1 back in the same stitch again, and 2. We're going to continue doing that all the way around by putting 2 single crochets in each of the stitches. So just go to your next stitch and put 2 single crochets. Next stitch, 2 single crochets, and continue that all the way around. Now we're back at our marker. You're going to take that marker out and single crochet into that stitch. Place your marker back into your new stitch so you know the next round's beginning point and ending point. And what we're going to do is move to the next stitch, put a single crochet, and we're going to do that to every single stitch. We're going to put 1 single crochet in each of the stitches and go right back to our marker. So just go to the next stitch, 1 single crochet, next stitch, 1 single crochet, and continue that all the way around. Back at our marker, let's take our marker out, single crochet into that stitch, and place your marker right back in. This round we're going to do another increase. So in that same stitch we put the single crochet in, you want to put another single crochet, making it 2 single crochets in the same stitch. Then we're going to move to the next stitch and put 1 single crochet. Move to the next stitch and put 2 single crochets. The next stitch, 1 single crochet. Next stitch, 2 single crochets in the same stitch. Next stitch, 1 single crochet. Next stitch, 2 single crochets in the same stitch. Next stitch, 1 single crochet. Next stitch is 2 single crochets. And we're repeating that same pattern, 1 single crochet in the next, 2 single crochets in the next. 1 single crochet in the next, 2 single crochets in the next. 1 single crochet in the next, 2 single crochets in the next. 1 single crochet. The next one is 2 single crochets. 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets. 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets, and 1 single crochet. We're back at our marker. What we're going to do is take that marker out, single crochet into that stitch, and place our marker right back in. This round we're going to put 1 single crochet in each of the stitches. So just go to your next stitch and put 1 single crochet, next stitch, 1 single crochet, next stitch, 1 single crochet, and continue that all the way around. Back at the marker, take your marker out, single crochet into that stitch, place your marker right back in. Now we're going to do another increase round. In the same stitch that you put your single crochet in, put another single crochet, making it 2 single crochets in the same stitch. Moving next stitch, put 1 single crochet, next stitch, 1 single crochet, next stitch, 2 single crochets in the same stitch. The next 2 stitches you want to put 1 single crochet. The next stitch, 2 single crochets in the same stitch. The next 2 stitches, put 1 single crochet in each one. The next stitch, put 2 single crochets. The next 2 stitches, put 1 single crochet in each of them. The next stitch, put 2 single crochets. Next 2 stitches, put 1 single crochet in each one. The next stitch you put 2 single crochets in the same stitch. The next 2 stitches, put 1 single crochet. The next stitch, put 2 single crochets in the same stitch. The next 2 stitches, you want to put 1 single crochet. The next stitch, put 2 single crochets in the same stitch. The next 2 stitches, put 1 single crochet. The next stitch, put 2 single crochets in the same stitch. The next 2 stitches, you want to put 1 single crochet. The next stitch, put 2 single crochets in the same stitch. The next stitch, you want to put 1 single crochet. The next stitch, 1 single crochet. The next stitch, 2 single crochets in the same stitch. And the last 2 stitches, put 1 single crochet. We are back at our marker. Take your marker out. Place single crochet into that stitch and place your marker back in. Now what we're going to do is this round we're going to put 1 single crochet in each of the stitches. So just go to the next stitch, 1 single crochet, next stitch, 1 single crochet, and continue that all the way around by putting 1 single crochet in each of the stitches. We're back at our marker. Take your marker out, single crochet into that stitch, and place your marker back in. This is going to be another increase round, and our last increase round. We are going to go right back in that same stitch we put our single crochet in, put another single crochet, making it 2 single crochets in the same stitch. We're going to go in the next 3 stitches and put 1 single crochet in each of the stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to move to the next stitch and put 2 single crochets in the same stitch. The next 3 stitches you want to put 1 single crochet. The next stitch, put 2 single crochets in the same stitch. Next 3 stitches you want to put 1 single crochet. The next stitch you want to put 2 single crochets in the same stitch. The next 3 stitches you want to put 1 single crochet. The next stitch you want to put 2 single crochets in the same stitch. The next 3 stitches you want to put 1 single crochet. The next stitch you want to put 2 single crochets in the same stitch. The next 3 stitches you want to put 1 single crochet. The next stitch you want to put 2 single crochets in the same stitch. The next 3 stitches you want to put 1 single crochet. The next stitch you want to put 2 single crochets in the same stitch. The next 3 stitches you want to put 1 single crochet. The next stitch you want to put 2 single crochets in the same stitch. The next 3 stitches you want to put 1 single crochet. The next stitch you want to put 2 single crochets in the same stitch. The next 3 stitches you want to put 1 single crochet. The next stitch you want to put 2 single crochets in the same stitch. The last 3 stitches, 1 single crochet. Now this is our crown. We are complete with it. What we're going to do now is just continue single crocheting all the way around up our rows until we get to row 27. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're on row 9 right now. So what we're going to do is take that marker out and just single crochet in each of the rows. You're going to go on each stitch and put 1 single crochet, and we're going to build up this beanie all the way around by putting 1 single crochet in each of the stitches, going around and around and around till you get to the 27th row. So you continue yours and I'm going to continue mine, and I'll meet you back here with the row 27. Okay, so I went up to my 27th row, and I'm going to just slip stitch to join and fasten off. And what I like to do is just pull the string all the way through. Now you can add ear flaps to yours. I'm going to leave mine just the way it is and go with the rim when I get to that color. I might just go with purple or hot pink to make it look like her shirt. But right now I'm just going to show you how to do the basic beanie. And what we're going to do now is we're going to move this to the side. We're no longer going to be needing this color anymore. And I'm going to lay the beanie nice and flat down. And this is what you should have came up with. And there's the beanie right there. We're going to make the mouth. And to do that, we're going to go with the cherry red color. And I got a little knot in here. Okay. We're going to make a slip knot, so you're going to wrap it over your 2 fingers, tuck it under, pull it over, and you're going to put your hook right into there. Then you're going to remove the yarn onto the hook. You're going to chain up 15. You're going to wrap the yarn over your hook and go through the loop. You're going to do chain 15. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You're going to skip the first one, move to the second one from the hook, and single crochet. Single crochet in the next 5 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next chain, I want you to put 3 single crochets into the next chain. 1, back in the same stitch again, 2, back in the same stitch again, and 3. Now I want you to single crochet in the remaining stitches. Okay. Now what we're going to do is turn your work around, skip the first one, and move to the second one, single crochet, and we're going to single crochet in the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to half double crochet in the next 5 stitches. So you wrap the yarn over, go into the stitch, pull through, wrap the yarn over, pull through all 3. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet in the last remaining stitches. The last one, when you get to the last one, I want you to just slip stitch, not single crochet. And we're going to fasten off from there. Okay. This is our mouth. Now we're going to go around with a border around it. And to do that, we're going to go with the dark brown. So get your dark brown. Make a slip knot. And you want to just make it into like a little circle, so you can just, a little loop, so you can just hook it onto your hook when you join it on. Go on the very end of this right here, and what we're going to do is just put it on our hook and pull through. Then you're going to wrap the yarn over the hook and pull through the loop, and you just added the second color yarn. We're going to just slip stitch all the way around this whole entire mouth. So what I want you to do is just go like that and slip stitch all the way around, just like so. You go in the stitch and pull through the loop. In the stitch, bring the yarn through, go through the loop, all the way around. When we get to here, just go right to the next stitch over. The very end here, it's kind of hard to get it, but try to get it in there. There you go. And just slip stitch all the way around. Now we're just going to slip stitch the very top here and just join. And fasten off. I have some really dull scissors. I can't find my other ones right now. So just bear with me. Now I'm just going to tie these two together so it doesn't unravel later. And we'll sew the mouth on in a minute. Okay. You don't really have to worry about your loose ends because you can sew them in. But this is our mouth here. And we're going to go around with the brown again. And she's going to have a little smiley face just like so. So there's her mouth. Now let's do her nose, is going to be a chain of 4, and that's all. And we're going to just sew it on. So you're just going to make a slip knot, put your hook in, and chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Make it 5 just to be, chain 5, sorry. I'm going as we go right now, like I said. So, fasten off. And what we're going to do is make that little thing like that. We're going to sew that on. So her nose is done. Now for the eyes. The eyes, we're going to grab the brown yarn, make a slip knot. You're going to chain up 3. 1, 2, 3. Join with your first one. Pull through. You're going to wrap the yarn. You're going to go into the center here. And what we're going to do here is actually, wait a minute. Chain 3, sorry. Did that all wrong. Start all over again, sorry. I'm thinking of the circle. Okay, so chain 3. Chain 4, sorry. Chain 4. Chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We are going to wrap our yarn over a hook, go into our first stitch, and do a double crochet. Just like so. Wrap the yarn over, go into your first stitch, and do a double crochet. We are counting our first chain as 1 double crochet. So now we have 3. We have to have a total of 12 double crochets. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. You're going to pull on that string to tighten everything together, the loose end. Just pull on it and it tightens everything together. Okay, and you're going to slip stitch on your first top of your chain 3, slip stitch and join, just like so. That's one of the eyes. You're going to make 2 of these. And the eye is not done and complete yet. There's more to it, so make 2 of those. I'll make another one right now. Chain up 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Double crochet in the last chain. That's 2, 3, 12 double crochets in the center. 4, well, in the last chain, sorry. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Pull the loose end to bring everything together into a circle and slip stitch on your top chain. And then fasten off. So there's your second eye. Now what we're going to do is get the white. And what we're going to do is make a slip knot. On here, you're just going to attach it to one side, slip stitch it in there, chain up one. You're going to half double crochet in the next stitch, double crochet in the next, I'm sorry, hold on. Doing this as I go, so if it doesn't look right, I'm going to pull it apart. So it's slip stitch. We're going to chain up 3. 1, 2, and 3. You want to double crochet in the next stitch, half double crochet in the next, and then single crochet the next. Slip stitch in the next stitch over. Then you're going to single crochet, half double crochet in the next, double crochet in the next, and triple crochet in the next. Now what you're going to do is you're going to just slip stitch 3 times inside this post here. So right over the chain 3, slip stitch 1, 2, 3. It's not working out that way. Okay, so you did your chain, slip stitch, single crochet. Try that. Single crochet 1, 2, and 3 into the post. There we go. Single crochet in the next stitch of the brown, slip stitch in the next, single crochet in the next. Then I want you to join with your chain and single crochet to the end. One and 2. Now fasten off. And there is our eye. You can put a little black button in the center here if you desire, or you can get the black yarn and make a little circle and put it there too, like I'm going to do on this one. So you do the same thing on the other side. We're going to do this all again, make a slip knot, get your other eye, get any part of it, slip stitch the yarn on there, and a chain of 3, 1, 2, 3, double crochet in the next stitch, half double crochet in the next, single crochet in the next, slip stitch in the next, single crochet the next stitch, half double crochet the next, double crochet the next stitch, triple crochet the next. We are going to single crochet on the post 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet the next stitch, slip stitch the next, single crochet the next, and we're going to single crochet on the next post over here 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Fasten off. Adjust it. My middle is a little loose. I'm going to pull the center. There we go. And here's our other eye. So we get our eye and our nose. You want to put the center in here. Now we're going to sew our face on. Get the brown yarn and you start with the mouth first. So get a strand of yarn and your tapper's needle. So I have my yarn and my needle here. I'm going to thread my needle. I'm going to move these out of my way. When you're sewing on the face, you want to go above 2 rows. And then you're going to place that right on top of the second row. And we're going to sew only on the brown yarn so we can cover up the red. So when you're doing this, you're going to go right in that second part, hold it down there, go into the second one, and you're just going to go right into the brown. You can go in the first stitch or the second one. I'm going into the first back loop of that stitch, and I'm attaching my yarn. Okay, here we are back again, and we are going to start sewing this on. Now the smiley face bends upwards, so you want to make sure it does stay upwards when sewing this on. I'm just going into the brown stitches in the back loops only. You can go in both if you desire, but as for me, I just like to go in the back loops. It's easier for me. I'm going to tuck these loose ends inside so I can get it better on this. And I'm working up the other side. And actually that came out a little bit crooked when this happens, and sometimes it does. You can just yank out your stitches just like so, going right inside and pulling them out, because sewing them on is kind of difficult, but you got to make sure you get all your stitches right before you even do it. And sometimes people make mistakes like I do, and I have to redo it over again. This does not mess up the beanie in any way, and all I'm doing is yanking it out from each stitch that I just sewed in. And I'm going to stop right there, and now I'm going to adjust it again, because as you can see here, I went up to this row right here, so I need this to go up that same row. And a lot of people make mistakes like this too. When you sew on one side, make sure you're even on the other side as well. So I'm going to sew this up again, making sure it's even with this one right here. And hopefully I do it right this time, so I don't have to unravel it. Okay, here I am on the very top now. Okay, now I'm going to work the other side. Now everything is even. Tuck in my loose ends and sew the rest of this in. on this side, make it easier for myself. And last one. Okay. I'm going to cut my end off, fasten off. Then I want to tie these two together. Then what you want to do is take your hook, and my hook is not here right now. I have it over there, I gotta get it. And I'm just gonna yank these right through to the opposite side. Actually, don't need to. I'm thinking of the freaking La La Lucy. This is what happens when you do too many beanies all at once. You get lost. Okay, just thread your ends and sew them in. And I'll do mine afterwards. Now, even your beanie up, just like I'm doing here. And we're going to put the nose on. To do the nose, you want to thread your needle with the brown yarn again. And just, you want to make sure it's even from here to here. And you don't want it too high because you still have to put your bangs and your eyes. So I say you go up to about, say from here, 1, 2, 3, 4 rows, and you're going to put it between the 4th and the 5th row, and you're going to curve this. It's going to be like a little curvy nose going up and down just like so. So you're going to go in the 4th row, go up to the 5th row, and go back down to the 4th row. So I just like what to do is go in and out of each of the stitches, the chains. So I'm going up the chain, then I'm on top of the first row, the 5th row, and then I'm going to go back down a row. I'm going in and out of the stitches. Just like so. Now I'm going to fasten off and tie my ends together. That way it won't loosen up later, and you just sew those ends in. Or for this part, you can always just take your hook like I was doing with the La La Lucy part. Get a hook and feed it through your stitches in the beanie, just like I'm doing here. I'm pulling that right through in the inside of the beanie. And let me get the other one too. And you're just going to tie these two ends together, and then you just cut them off. So it's double tied and fastened in already, so you really don't need to sew those ends together. And you can do that with the mouth if you desire. And that's our nose. Now for the eyes. We're going to switch colors here. Instead of using brown to sew these in, we're going to use white. But before we do the eyes, we still have one more part of the eyes we need to finish doing. We need to do the center round part, and to do that you're going to get your hook, which mine is not over here. Give me a second, let me go get it. Okay, you're going to get your hook, and then you're going to get some black yarn here. You're going to make a slip knot, and you're going to chain up 2, 1 and 2. And your first chain that you have here at the very end, your last chain, you want to put 6 half double crochets into there. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Pull on that string to bring it all together, and then slip stitch on the very top of your first half double crochet and fasten off. I like to tie the 2 ends together and then cut them before sewing them onto the eyes, because the loose ends are kind of long. So I'm tying them the 2 ends together before I cut the string, and I'm cutting it right about there. And then what I want to do is you want to put that right in the center there, just like so. Or you can use a little black button if you have a button instead. So you can do this way and sew that on, and you can put a little bit white on the side there and it gives it a little sparkle. Or you can go with a little black button. And with the black button, I don't think I have one on me. Let me see real quick. I don't have a back button, but I have a button, and that's pretty much what it will be if you put a button in the eye, which is perfect too. You can do either or. So let's get started on sewing the eye. I don't have the right buttons for this, but if you do, go ahead and sew on your buttons, but I'm just going to leave mine just the way it is because I do not have the buttons for this. So I'm just going to leave it just the way it is. You want to put your eyes on, making sure everything is even. You want to even it out as much as you can, making sure your eyes are going to be even with your nose and your mouth. You don't want one eye going this way or anything like that. Just make sure they're on the same row and lining them up just like so. I'm going to thread my needle and sew in one of them. Now, I'm going to start with this one, and I'm going to go one row above the nose right here, and I'm going to do this right in the center of the eye. So I'm going to go right in the center, one row above there, and start sewing this eye on to that row. So I know it's even with the row and even with the nose. I don't want to go underneath that nose. And I'm going to start sewing in the eye as much as even as possible I could possibly do. If I make a mistake, I'm going to undo it any way I can. So here we go, sewing in the eye. I'm going right into the stitches that we went around, and I'm going into both stitches, not just the back stitch like I did on the mouth. I'm going into both stitches, and I am going right into sewing this on, tucking in my loose ends that I have here. And going along the other side, going up my stitches, up my rows, okay, now I'm going to lay it flat down, making sure I get it right because I don't want to have this uneven. Here. Okay, fasten off and tie the two ends together. Now for the other eye. I'm going to lay it flat again, making sure everything is even. Now I'm going to sew in my other eye. I'm even it and making sure it's lined up with that one. I'm going to take my needle right into there so I know it's lined up with the other eye as well. And I'm going to start sewing my eye on. Now when you're coming up on your stitches, make sure you're lined up with the same row you did the other one. You don't want to go above that row. I'm running out of thread here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over because this piece is a little bit longer, and I'm going to start sewing from the opposite side. And tie the two ends together. And there is my eyes for Dora. Now you can go ahead and sew in your ends, and we'll get back here on doing the hair. Okay, here we are back again, and what we're going to do now is you want to measure your beanie. I got my measuring tape here, and it's 7 inches pretty much from the top to the bottom here. We are going to cut our yarn, not 18, it's going to be 16. Inches long. So you want to cut it up to 16 inches long. So what you're going to do is grab that yarn, put it on your measuring tape. If you don't have one, then you can use a ruler, or you can just use, just cut it as you go. I'm going with 16 inches long, and I'm going to cut it right there at 16. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take that strand, and I'm going to cut a whole bunch of them. As many as you possibly can use of your ball of yarn, because we're going to use all of it to put as the hair. So just keep on cutting. I'm going to do mine and cut a big old thing of it. And what we're going to do now is, once you get it, you want, let me cut one more just to make sure I have the other piece. You're going to take 2 strands of it, okay? And you're going to flip this over just like so. You're folding the 2 ends together, and you're going to be making a loop out of the 2. And you get your hook. And on the very top here of this circle, you want to crochet it into every 12 stitches that you have there. And you're just going to pull it through with the loop, and then you're going to feed it through that loop. I like to pull it all the way up and just use my fingers and just grab it and just pull, just like so. You're going to go all the way around that. Then we're going to go all around the second one. We're going to continue doing that all the way around. If 2 is a little bit too thick, because I'm using a thick wash yarn, you might just want to use 1 strand. So to just take 1 strand of yarn, and I'll probably use 1 strand because this yarn is a little bit thicker, and just pull straight, and that's going to be my first strand of hair. And you want to go all the way around that loop, then you want to go all the way around the second row. So I'm going to start doing mine on the first row, and I'll meet you back here on the second row once I complete it. You're going to have 12 strands in there, so make sure it's 12 strands. There's 2 right now. So continue cutting your yarn and putting your strands in. Okay, as you can see here, she has a ponytail now. I already did the first row. Now I'm going to start doing the second row right here, and I'm going to go all the way around. It should be 24 of these little strands of yarn that you're putting in. And what you're going to do is pretty much go into each of the stitches up on top of the row, and just do the same thing. Just hook it on there and pull through. Fold your yarn in half, go into the next one over, and actually it's 2 in 1 because that's how we did it. So it's going to be 2 on the bottom and 2 on the top right here, because that's how it goes in. And you're just going to go all the way around and putting in your yarn. go around that whole loopy-loop row, and I will meet you back here with our second row complete. Okay, so I did my second row, as you can see here, and you can go down another row if you desire on making the thickness of the bangs. Pretty much what you're going to do is you're going to bring this down here and you just comb it out, and that's going to be your bangs. We are going to cut these, but we're not going to do it yet. We're going to do that at the end. So what we're going to do here, so if you like the thickness of this, you can keep it like this. Now if you don't and you want to go another row, which I probably will, I'll go down to the third row just to make it full and you can't see the skin anymore. I'll go down to a third row. I will work my way all the way around again into that third row. Now before I do that, I'm going to show you guys on how to do the sides here and making the hair grow underneath. What you're going to do here is you're going to take your yarn and you're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows. Make it 8 just to be even. I like an even number. We're going to go down 8 rows. So what you're going to do is you're going to go right into your row. I'm going to go in my 8th row and I'm going to hook on my yarn for the hair. And I'm going to go up my row on each one of these. This is row 7, row 6, and you don't want it too close to the eyes. Row 6, row 5, well, it's not row 5, but going from up here pretty much, you're counting downwards, not the part that you already sewed in the hair. So you're just going down 8 rows from the hair part. And you're going to do the same thing to the other side. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing we did here right now on the other side. You want to go down 8 rows and sew that in. Once you do that, from the top here, you're going to work from your end of your first strand going downwards, which is right here. You're going to go all the way down to the 3rd row. Then you're going to go down again, working back and forth, not passing your strands of yarn that you just did on the sides here. You're going to have sides over here too. So you're going to go back and forth down to that last 8 row. When you get to the last row, I'll meet you back here and we'll have this hair complete. Okay, as you can see here, I went up to the 8th row and I finished it. I have it on my mannequin. What you want to find is a bowl or something you can put your beanie around so you can measure the hair now. So what I'm doing, I'm shaking it out, and what I'm going to start doing now is we're going to start cutting her hair, just like if you're cutting a doll's hair. And let me get this on here. Okay, now we're going to start with the bangs first, and to do that you want to just comb it out from the top here. Just like what I'm doing here. You want to comb with your fingers, comb it out, and you're just going to keep on brushing the hair down. Once you get it all the way down, then you're going to start chopping hair. You want to start with the bangs first, of course. And to do that, what I'm going to do is right at the eyes, I'm just going to go right across and cut the bangs. You want to start with the bottom of the eye and then work your way up. See, in case you cut too short, you don't want to cut too short. So what I like to do is just to go right here and just cut. And I'm good with that right there. Now I'm going to go again and go shorter and shorter until I get to this length I want my bangs. This is a tricky part, so make sure you do what you can do. I cannot tell you any other way. It's about 4 inches, 4 to 5 inches from the top of the beanie. That's all I know. So if you want to just cut it from there, you go ahead. So there's her bangs. Now we're going to work on the sides. And because she has a full set of hair now, we're able to cut the hair. And what I like to do is I like to put my beanie as straight as possible and just line it up with the bottom. You see right here, I'm going with this part right here and I'm just cutting all the way across, just like that. And you want to do the same thing, just cut, cut, cut until you get all the way around. Do the same thing and I'll meet you back here with a finished beanie. Now Dora is complete. You can go around with the rim, which I will be doing in a purple or pink like her shirt. Just gotta find the right color. And this is the Dora, as you can see here. The back is perfectly straight now. I lined it with the beanie. Everything is formed right. Her hair is beautiful. It looks just like her hair. And there is our Dora. Go explore. Please subscribe and comment below.